Welcome to Chaos Casts and Chats, our first episode, our debut. We are playing A Land Once Magic by Viditya Voleti, and I tried to scroll through my OBS, which is not where the scroll happens. But yes, we are going to be making a fantasy world together. And this game is, hold on, I have a button. This game, you can totally, I think it's $15. It's not too bad in price. And I was obsessed with it at PAX Unplugged and decided immediately that this would be the first thing we tried to play. It does require a deck of cards. I have with me my lovely Effin' Birds card deck. Please look forward to things like I Am a Goddamn Delight, etc., etc. This is going to be delightful. But yes, it is a, I think, 2+ player, basically world building game that requires a deck of cards and just 2 people. You can solo it if you want to just world build, like generate, which is again, hi, I'm a sci-fi fantasy writer. I was very appealed by the concept of you can make a world with your chat. That appealed to me a lot. So Effin' Birds is the energy we both need and deserve. It's true. Yes, so let's begin. Let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. It might slightly be on my end. Hold on. Okay. There's like several. I have three windows plus OBS. Right now, I would really love one of those tall vertical monitors. Ian borrowed one from his work, and it was just like, I want one. But yes, so shout out to More Blueberries at PAX Unplugged, because they are the people who demoed this for me and like gave me the pitch and made me fall in love with it, which is where I found this. So yes. Let's scroll over to what is post-fantasy. I really love this explanation. I love fantasy, magic, and world-spanning adventures, but they're steeped in specific tradition, iconography, and allegories that either bore or infuriate me, which is, I think, a very polite way of saying, wow, we love Tolkien-esque, Dungeons and Dragons-esque, medieval Europe, medieval British. We love that shit so much, huh? It is boring. You're not allowed to expand out beyond that. Fantasy is usually very archetypally, you have to be in that aesthetic or else some white man will come yell at you, which is boring and infuriating. So I do relate to that. In an attempt to give a name to a vague vibe, I label this game as post-fantasy, proposing a postmodernist lens to the genre itself. Specifically, post-fantasy is me asking, how do we move fantasy in a new direction? Can we interrogate the tropes and canon, mix it with some new vigor, and move forward? Every game of A Land Once Magic I have played looks nothing like the worlds of Tolkien or Gygax. I haven't read this before. I just had a feeling D&D and Tolkien were perhaps the two things. But I still think, damn, that's good fantasy. So that's why this excited me so much, because I fuck with this. I agree with this wholeheartedly. I am very tired of Tolkien-esque fantasy. Please stop giving it to me in that specific mix. Do something new with it. I believe in you. If you are a cishet white man, try harder. You got brain cells. I believe in you. Kind of. But like, look at the art. It's just so gorgeous. But yes, we're going to enter the world. We're going to start beginning to make a world. How to use this book. A Land Once Magic is a conversational world building game for 2+ players. We are 2+ people. Chat probably will act as either 1 or 2 players, probably just 1 for now, and get a feel for that. But I do have ideas of basically letting y'all roll as if you are multiple people, because you are in fact multiple people in a trench coat, labeled chat. Through prompts and discussions, creates a fantasy world like no other. This game is a conversation and an excuse to dig deep into the things you love, swing hard with big ideas, and get excited when someone creates something you've never thought of. Okay, So playing the game is simple. Move through the book sequentially, starting with palette and touchstones, then into your first table, a magic. Work your way through the tables sequentially, mixing in exploratory tables as you go, and finally bring this game to a close with a point of view. So this teaches you as you go, so feel free to jump right in. Okay, so the exploratory tables are probably where you draw a card, and whatever card you draw gives you a prompt. So that kind of is where that's going, I imagine. The materials required, just a standard deck of playing cards. You don't need your own deck. One person can pull and tell what card was drawn, or everyone can pull from a central deck around the table, or you can just pull your own. Like, everyone can have their own card deck. But the mechanism is a deck of cards. How you choose to record your world or not is up to you. I have a handy dandy little Canva sheet. We will be recording it, and then I will be posting it for memes in my Discord because I think that's funny. Right. Our palette. Please let me know, by the way, if this is readable. I think I did an okay job grabbing the screen well enough. But let me know if it is not at all. Like, you're like, Val, I can't read that. Because I'm trying to not just read to you. I'd like you to be able to like see the text. Because accessibility is important. Also, I'm one of those auditory processing people that if you start reading instructions and I can't read them with you, I'm not hearing the instructions. You know what I mean? So I want to try and be considerate of that. But all right, let's see. Before you begin crafting the world, as a group, you will create a palette. So let's get into that. Your palette consists of a few paints, which is giving very Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Heavily descriptive words that help everyone get on the same page when crafting together. Okay, actually, I'm just shuffling my cards compulsively. I think it's good, but my window is smaller because I have work stuff up alongside, so folks definitely weigh in. Okay, yeah, let me know. I'm just gonna copy paste that. We're gonna put this could be what is this? Palette. Make that bold. Make that slightly bigger. Then you'll also get to see the fun of Val being compulsive about editing the Canva. But yes, the palettes. Okay. Paints. Okay, you'll create a palette of about 3 to 4 paints. Each player should create or pick 2 paints and write them down, but don't show the other players. Well, we're going to break that tenet immediately. Pink, please. Okay, pink. Let's go. Once everyone has 2 paints, reveal them at the same time. Discuss amongst each other which paints you want in the game. Each player gets the final say on at least 1 paint. So why don't we kind of simplify this? We can each pick 2. So I'll pick 2 and then chat, y'all can pick 2. We don't need to reveal it because chat you can just see what I'm doing. Look for complementary and contradicting paints. Your world will contain multitudes and more. And the more evocative and diverse your paints are, the easier that will be to create. Okay, below is a list of suggested paints to help create the palette. Oh, okay, so these are descriptors. They're not colors per se. Okay, contradictory. Oh, okay. Contradictory as in one of the paints being contradictory. Okay. So paints are kind of more like descriptors. Nuclear waste green. Some of the examples are acrid, ageless, crisp, deep, dreamy, ethereal, frigid, gentle, jagged, kinetic, light, lasts, loud, magnetic, melodious, sharp, tranquil, vast, vibrant. There's a whole list here. Blood orange, it's fucking red. Okay, so if we want, let's see. Paints as in descriptors. I do get the reference. I do get that. It's blood orange. It's fucking red. So pretentious. I understand you. Oh my god. Don't mind me just trying to align this text. There we go. Okay. My paints are, we get 2 each. Screeching is fascinating. Okay, hold on. I'm a writer. You'd think descriptors would go well for me. Pastel? Is that a dreamy? I guess we'll go dreamy because pastel makes me think dreamy. So let's do dreamy. What else? What else? Volatile could be interesting. Ooh, yeah. I think my second one, let's put in parentheses, 2. Dreamy and I'm thinking pink and purple, like pastel. I'm making the bisexual flag. Something purple, like a darker purple, or I guess it's more of a pastel purple. Like, how would that translate? I don't know how to turn pink into one word, but maybe warm. Oh, I like that. I think dreamy and maybe melodious. I'm just gonna we're using this example. Ethereal is good. Okay, chat's paints. Y'all get 2 as well. I might give you more if y'all give me more than that. I like warm. I like ethereal. You know what? Volatile and rosy also work. I'm giving you 4. Hold on. Because I liked all 4 of your suggestions. Okay. Cursed. Ooh, volatile, cursed. That could be kind of in the same vein. I think that would work. Okay. So here's our palette. Here's my paints are dreamy, melodious. Your paints are warm, ethereal, volatile / cursed, maybe, and rosy, which I kind of think goes along with dreamy a bit, kind of that pastel energy. So we've got something dreamy, melodious, and warm and ethereal, but also volatile and cursed. So there's some chaos energy to this that I think is very appropriate for us because we do be chaotic. Okay, so that's our palette. For touchstones, this is the fun part. Hold on, we're going to the next page. I think ethereal and dreamy have so much overlap. One of them could make room so as not to offend the game wanting us to pick 3 to 4. No, when I play TTRPGs, if you're a TTRPG creator who wants people to stick to the notes, I am not your player. I will break your game. I will. 100%. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna copy paste this over here, paste it over that way. Touchstones. Oop. And then I'm just copy pasting this because it's easier and I'm lazy. All right. Let's see. What are we supposed to pick? Everyone picks one piece of media not traditionally considered fantasy and draws an aspect of inspiration from it as a touchstone. These are themes, setting elements, specific moments, or just vibes. It can draw on a small element or a big idea. For example, your touchstones could be Cowboy Bebop's jazz and bluegrass soundtrack, love. Legally Blonde's fierce determination in the face of prejudice, love. Hellboy's stark shadows and deep colors, which is interesting because I would consider Hellboy a fantasy traditionally. Maybe not a traditional fantasy, but I would consider Hellboy an urban fantasy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hellboy's stark shadows and deep colors, or Borderlands' funky gun. Those are some examples. I was gonna say, yeah, I think what they mean by fantasy is traditional fantasy, like epic fantasy, like your Tolkien, like a secondary world fantasy. But yeah. This helps create a fantasy that pulls from outside itself. Don't be afraid to get weird and out there. If you're struggling to think of a touchstone, pick an aspect of something you're currently invested in or a favorite piece of media you always go back to. Be excited about your touchstone and get excited about others. The easier it is to draw from them, the better your world will become. Okay, so I'll give y'all 2 because there's definitely multiple of you. I'll give you 2 to 4. I'll give you as many as we think we can handle. My touchstone. What have I been obsessed with lately other than figure skating? Bridgerton? Bridgerton or Godzilla. We watched Bridgerton season 4 part 1. Haven't watched part 2 yet. Don't spoil it for me. That came out today. But then also we watched Godzilla -1. The duality. Godzilla -1 is fucking amazing. Mass Effect star map theme. Ooh, I love that. Chat's touchstones. That's very good, Cat. I love that. Mass Effect's star map theme for ethereal vibes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Or is it a galaxy map? Yeah. I'll be good. I'll even italicize it. My touchstone. I'm still pondering. No, I broke my bullet point. Okay, there we go. Let's see. And yes, I gotta go. Everybody go partake in part 2 of Bridgerton at some point because it's very good. I'm obsessed with the main actress, like the love interest for this one. He's just there. Benedict is there. You know, like the she's Barbie and he's Ken. He's just Ken. That's kind of what's going on with this one for me. She's amazing. And I'm just gay. I do think men are neat, but the bar for them is a little higher. He's not bad. Don't be mean about my boy Benedict. He's great. We love a himbo. But I just think Sophie is like the bestest. And I need lesbians to happen in the show. Okay. My touchstone. We have sort of a spacey ethereal already. What do I want? Sorry, I'm trying to scroll better. You can get the full page a little easier. There we go. You know what? Bridgerton. That I think specifically the Bridgerton season 4 season. Why am I putting a T in there? Season 4's dreamy masquerade ball aesthetic. Yeah, like specifically the masquerade. I don't know if I spelled Bridgerton right. Canva seems to think I wrote it wrong, but whatever. The Lady in Silver, yes. Spy family, found family keeping secrets. Ooh, okay, I like that. Spy family, found family, keep that could go well for the volatile. Keeping secrets. I like it. Okay. Why don't we put one more? I feel like we could have maybe one more touchstone since I gave y'all 3 to 4 paints and for our palette. Why have the X if you know say it? Looking at you, Hunter X Hunter. Ian, you sound so old when you complain about this. It's Hunter. I don't know. I think it's just an aesthetic thing. You know how for AOL, like AIM message usernames back in the day, we'd put like XXX, like, you know, Edge Boy XXX. I think it's just an aesthetic. Though XXX Holic, the graphic novel, or the manga and the anime, you did say those 3 X's, so I don't know. Anyway, do you have something, Ian? Do you have a touchstone or are you just grumbling? Edgeboy XXX was deaf ears screen name, yes. I'm like, what have I even been watching, honestly? That's real. We did just watch this Transformers prequel movie. Do you remember the classic Vin Diesel movie, Triple? Yeah, Triple. You know, Triple what? Those are all silent X's. It's just Triple. It's very good. Oh man, that movie is so early 2000s. Thank you for Thank you for that blast from the past. Wait, you don't pronounce it Spy Times Family? Okay, but that's also a very good, a good one. Hunter times Hunter. There, Ian's now gonna call it that forever and ever. Hunter squared. There you go. Have any of us actually watched Hunter x Hunter so we could use that as a touchstone? Okay, maybe I'll pick. My brain wants to put something from Godzilla in here. I don't know anime. I know, it's so funny. I'm so sorry. All you need to know is that for some anime there is an X in the title, but the X is not said verbally. For example, Spy Family, there is an X, and like when you write out Spy Family, you write out Spy X Family. Nobody knows why this is. It just is. I know, Tenna, that's the lesbian anime, so that's the only anime you need to know. Looking forward to the sequel, Hunter to the Power of Hunter. Yes. Okay, Godzilla. Like specifically the cool. This is a very specific one from Godzilla -1, but the cool powering up of Godzilla's power breath, laser breath aesthetically in Godzilla -1. Laser. I've watched it, but I can't think of a good, like, concise touchstone. It's hard, right? My brain did kind of think of more serious things from Godzilla -1. I was like, I kind of just want to vibe. It's over 9,000, but like in the movie, it like his scales turned blue and like shook like out. There's just like thunk, 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 thunk sound, and it turns blue up his spine, and it's just very cool. And I think would fit with the aesthetic of the dreamy ethereal. Funny enough, because it's like a very intense blue. And you could do something with a weird powering up power breath maybe, or we won't do anything with it. Who knows? Let's find out. These are our touchstones. We can add more if you come up with one over time. We can add it. This is again supposed to be generative. It's not supposed to be like, there is no wrong answers here. Ooh, you know what? Dimension 20's Gladland's emphasis on taking care of each other. I like that. D20. Gladland's emphasis on taking care of each other. That fits well with the Spy Family keeping the found family, but you're keeping secrets from each other. So we need each anime to have an educational episode teaching math. But what does it mean over 9,000? Let's count. Maybe I would have learned math better. But yes, so we have Bridgerton season 4. I went all aesthetic and y'all went like themes, which I think is kind of fun. Bridgerton season 4 is Dreamy Masquerade ball aesthetic with the cool power up laser like blue energy Godzilla breath from Godzilla -1. And y'all went the Mass Effect Galaxy map theme for the ethereal vibes, Spy Family, found family keeping secrets, and Dimension 20's Gladland's emphasis on taking care of each other. So these are our touchstones. So is Godzilla the lady in silver? Yes. She's beauty and she's gray. She'll melt your face. Her laser breath. That's really why Benedict doesn't want to find her mentally. Just can't seem able to. Okay. New page. Add page. What's the next step? Let's see. We're doing so good. We're not even at an hour. Good job. Okay, once everyone has declared their touchstones, we make sure to keep the palette and touchstones where everyone can reference them throughout the game. If you're ever stuck when playing, always go back to these. Okay. These palette and touchstones aren't laws upon your world, but they are guiding principles everyone at the table agrees to. So if you break away from them, check in with others. If you have a paint bright and you introduce some very dark content, ask the table or respect a fellow player if they call out that it fights an established paint. So keep that in mind. Yes. If you plan to use Land Once Magic as a world building tour session 0 for another system, curate your palette and touchstones for that system and story. For example, if you world build for Longsword, which is a game I have not played, a game of questing knights, you should add knights as a touchstone. That's actually really cool that you can overlap it with other TTRPGs then. For example, if you wanted to do Lancer, I guess, somebody please play Lancer with me. I want to play the mech game, but I do not have anyone to play it with. You put giant robots in space. You put like dark, gritty atmosphere, you know, that sort of thing, which is pretty cool. If you know your next campaign will be lighthearted with skyships, reflect that in your palette and add a touchstone, drawing from your favorite ship-based media. So this is very like, good, like it's pretty fluid and can be used a lot in a lot of ways. Okay, the world shifts. If a Joker is ever drawn, I do believe the Jokers are in. Yep, pulled a Joker immediately. Okay, hold on, we're gonna shuffle that back in there. If a Joker is ever drawn, that player may immediately add a new palette, touchstone, or both. I will draw for chat. That's how we're going to do this. This can reflect how your world has organically taken new shape to encourage that. Continue direction in play, or this can introduce a new direction for your world. After shifting the world, shuffle all cards, including the drawn Joker. Also, I'm chill, so if you want to add a new touchstone, we can. You don't have to draw a Joker for that. We can just add it. Please admire this very pretty art. I love it a lot. It's very good. I just think it's neat. I do see what Lily mentioned with the adventure, I said the adventure zone, which is a very different thing, but adventure time with like the bubblegum energy. I can see it. All right, revealing the world. A magic. Start your magic with the titular magic, a story about its origins, what it's capable of, and how it's changing in a way people aren't ready for. This creates a shape of your world's magic without getting too specific. That will become clearer and deeper as you play. You said titular, yes. Also, Banana Mobster, good time zone to you. It also plants the seed of the conflict your world is going through as everything reacts to its magic. So take turns drawing one card for each sub-table in sequence and finish the sentences. Each player who drew a card can name or elaborate on the result, but make sure to discuss the entire table as a group. We will just go back and forth. I'll draw a card and decide I will draw a card for y'all, and then we can discuss it. That's how we're going to do this. If you need jumping off points, use the suggestions. Keep things open-ended. You'll be expanding on these throughout play. Okay. I guess there's some examples. Corbin draws a Queen of Spades and answers, it is said that magic was found by us in craft as we infused objects with magical ore. I almost read, I put a V there. That's one neat cat's legacy. So yes, we're going to read from this. We're going to pull cards for this table of stuff. The magical V word, yes. Magic. Okay. So we're gonna read one. Oh, okay. It is said that magic was all right, we're gonna draw our first. We're talking V word in here. Well, it's your legacy. I pulled an Ace of Spades, which for the effing bird says, no one here ordered a fucking fiasco. Just, we have an added sass from my effing birds stack of cards. It's very good. It's an egg, by the way. I feel like that's fun. But yes, I pulled Ace of Spades. Hold on. Ace of Spades. Canva, thank you for having deck of cards in here. Okay. So what is that? In the table, spades found by us. Oh, fun. Okay. Val doesn't get the musical reference. I don't. I'm sorry. Ian, do you get the magical reference? The musical reference? If so, share with the class. Take your ibuprofen. I sure do. Okay. Found by... Sorry, touch typing at work there. I was off. Found... Go and sing it to Val. Yes, please do. Found by us Oh, come on. Canva. Fine. Do I get to pick and craft in song or in violence? I think found by us in song. If we are, do I just get to pick one of these 3 things? Yes, found by us in craft. Oh, as we infused objects with magical ore. Okay, so I get to pick in song. In craft, in song, or in violence. Oh, okay. In song, as we wandered the stars and found a new home for the galaxy map energy. And also I like space. This is a science fantasy already. All right. Now number 2 in the table I'm drawing for y'all is a Joker. Cool. Okay, you can pick a new touchstone if you want, but it is a Joker. Spades? No, clubs. It just says today is not the day to fuck with me. So one of y'all can pick a new touchstone to add if you have one. But we have several already, so we do not have to if you don't want to, or if we're pretty happy with the touchstones we have. But if somebody has one, feel free to throw it out there. In the meantime, that does with it, we could commune and connect with the world around us. Okay. Oh, it is a jack. Just kidding. Thank you. I can't read. So nobody gets to add it. We can add a touchstone, if you want to, but my brain saw jack. I did wonder how there was a club. Val can't fucking read. Anyway, it was a jack. Everything's fine. Jacks aren't usually suited. That's true. Thank you, chat, for being the brain cell. I appreciate you. Commune and connect with the world around us. That actually ties in pretty well with what I did. So that's great. I love that for me. Let me use the example. Okay, so you can add in a statement to the commune and connect with the world around us. The example is seeing and talking to things we couldn't before. So how would you like to commune and connect with the world? In what way? Bear in mind our touchstones are Bridgerton Season 4 Dreamy Masquerade Ball Aesthetic, Godzilla's Power Up, Laser Breath from Godzilla -1, Mass Effect's Galaxy Map theme for the ethereal vibes, Spy Family, Found Family, Keeping Secrets, and the Dimension 20 Gladlands emphasis on taking care of each other. So that's our touchstones. Also have a good LARP, cat. Have fun. Enjoy the LARPs. I'm just enjoying the music. I'm gonna be a vampire tonight. Hell yeah. How would you like to commune and connect with the world around you? If we want something a little dreamy, maybe we commune and connect via healing laser. You know what? Via healing laser. There you go. You just shoot laser rays that are healing and beneficial at people. Is that what we're doing here? Cool. All right. Brain went burr. Okay, there we go. 3. But as the world changes, magic has begun to... I pulled a 10 of hearts. Oh wait, hold on. Also, I forgot to add... What was that? Jack of clubs. Hold on. Have a good lurk. Is there just not... I need a card. Canva, give me. Okay. Well, it doesn't have a jack of clubs. That's interesting. Why not? There we go. Nope, that's a jack. Ooh, it's also very large. That's jack of spades. Why is this so difficult? Hold on. Ah, there we go. It's slightly different in vibe, but it'll have to do. Jack of clubs. Does the laser come out of the mouth while singing and or from the instrument you may be playing or something else? Ooh. Godzilla laser is mouth-based. That's true, but ours could be different. Maybe either or. It depends on the person. Healing laser can come from singing and or instruments. Because I think that's kind of fun. Where's my emoji? Fun fact, I love this little menu. Oh, you can't see it, but if you do Windows and then the period key, it brings up a little emoji shortcut, and you can just insert emojis super easy. If you did not know that, I hope that saves your life. It is a very delightful thing to have. But I wanted to add a little song in there. Okay. Like the laser is the magic made tangible. Yes, I'm adding that as a note. Like the laser is the magic 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 music. We're doing both. Made tangible. However you want to interpret it. It's either or. Okay. We're so good. Now, but as the world changes, magic has begun too. And I pulled the 10 of hearts, which says, can we talk about how fucked this is? Which again feels very on brand for the effing birds. Which is, what is that? Hearts wither away. Cool, great. This has already begun to get bleak. Wither away. Only those with a strong connection hear its dying breath. I'm gonna have to put this on a different. Also fun that this uses breathing since we are breathing out lasers. No, actually. We will just make this smaller. There we go. Yeah. That's gonna need some work. It's okay. Wait. We'll go into the danger zone. I used a PDF like template and it's like, danger. First thing that comes to mind were the Spellsinger novels. I actually don't know what those are. I think this is literally so like only the last thinking about AI and like people no longer being willing to put in the work to support musicality. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna say hear and use its dying breaths literally because this is a song breathing musical situation we've somehow spun here. Also, Steven, hi. Can we get a shout out for Steven Joyce, please? How are you doing, friend? Hope you're doing good. We are playing Land Wants Magic, and apparently because I went with Godzilla Laser Breath as an aesthetic, we now sing healing lasers and or strum musical instrument healing lasers. And I think that's beautiful. Slightly higher so I can put the text a little better there. There we go. This is kind of what the game means by like, don't be afraid to be weird with your touchstones. Me going, how is laser breath like the aesthetic of Godzilla -1, like that like cool blue up the spine, like breathing this cool blue laser breath? How's that going to be implemented in this game at all? And we've already used it in a fun way with what if singing healing breath. So I just think video or TTRPGs are neat. I think world building is fun, and this is why I wanted to make this. Where is my 10 of hearts card? There we go. Oh, it really doesn't know what to do with 10 of hearts as a search. Thank you, Canva. All right, there we go. We got our cards on the right side. And yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, those were our 3. This is our magic. Our magic is like healing, breathing magic. But it's kind of, we can communicate and connect with the world around us via healing laser. So we can shoot out a healing laser when we sing, or when we strum musical, if we play musical instruments, however you want to do that. But as the world changes, magic has begun to wither away, and only those with a strong connection can hear and use, or hear and can use rather, its dying breaths, literally. Which is a good place, I think, to take a quick pause because the ads are about to kick in. So before we get going to the next bit, which is a legend, we're going to create some myths and legends very soon. But first, don't forget to stretch, hydrate, take your meds, all that good stuff. And when we come back, we will continue to make a world together. So yes, TRB. Root of it, honestly. Thank you for the Milans. If you do not know what that is, if you're watching this on YouTube, because I will be putting VOD of this up on YouTube, don't worry about it. Enjoy your Milans. Splash that wet stuff around. It'll make sense someday, maybe. If not, don't worry about it. But yes, we are playing A Land Once Magic. We have so far come up with our touchstones. Ooh, I've scrolled too far. Which are Bridgerton Season 4's dreamy masquerade ball aesthetic and the cool powering up of Godzilla's laser breath aesthetically in Godzilla -1. Those are my touchstones. And then chat's touchstones are Mass Effect's Galaxy map theme for the ethereal vibes, Spy Family, Found Family, Keeping Secrets, and then Dimension 20 Gladlands emphasis on taking care of each other. So these are our touchstones. Our magic was found by us. It was said that magic was found by us in song as we wandered the stars and found a new home. With it, we could communicate and connect with the world around us via healing laser. Healing laser can come from singing and or instruments, like the laser is the magic music made tangible. But the world has changed. But as the world changes, rather, magic has begun to wither away, and only those with a strong connection can hear and can use its dying breath, literally. Also, Pizza Yeti, hi, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. So yes, we have healing laser singing musical powers. It's going good. We are playing A Land Once Magic. I should do the TTRPG command. I ran into this game at PAX Unplugged last year and just had to start this Chaos Casts and Chats series with it because I was obsessed. I've just read through this rule book. Oh, nice. I have not. I didn't read this before we started playing. I just knew I would like the vibes, so I'm glad it's working out. I'm a professional. Okay, we're just gonna duplicate this and use the same setup. Also, everybody enjoyed the Legend of Zelda lo-fi music. Okay, what is the first question? Been interesting to see how it's played. So excited to see you streaming it. Thank you. I literally just started my Chaos Casts and Chats TTRPG series, so I'll be playing 1 or 2 Thursdays a month a TTRPG that is soloable or solo, like a soloable GMless 2-player, though that kind of broader category of game that I can basically play with chat and we can kind of brainstorm stuff together. I do want to try Triangle Agency in this mode eventually. That's one that I'm kind of curious to try. Because chat, we could all kind of be 3 players. It would be kind of more like collaboratively brainstorming a game. It's definitely changing the mode of the TTRPG a little bit from 3 individual people to let's all kind of come up with ideas. Which I think is kind of a fun way to interpret a TTRPG because that is still collaborative. And that's kind of part of why I wanted to do this anyway. Also because trying to wrangle 4 or 5 people is hard and I have social anxiety, so this is more my speed anyway. But yeah, let's see. Where am I? Next, we will make a legend. Your world contains many myths and legend, and this one is foundational. So like a core myth or legend for us. An ancient story is told that forms a basis of how people interact and see their world. But like many tales, it can be warped to fit anyone's motives. As you play, this legend's influence echoes through every corner of your world. How do different cultures relate to it, and how does its warping bring about the changing magic? Ooh, okay. So a legend is told of. I think I did the last one. Well, I'll go ahead and do the first one on this one. I shall pull a card from a deck of cards. I have Effin' Birds cards, so this is a 9 of spades. And this one just says, shall we have a moment of silence for your sense of humor? I do love Effin' Birds stuff. Very good, very nice, very lovely. Which is spades. So a legend is told of a band of rebels. Ooh, the Forward Dawn, Umbra's March are the Second Sons. Ooh, those are all very cool names. Which one do we like best? I mean, I pulled it, but I can't pick. These are all cool. The Rosie Riot. You know what? Yeah, because Rosie was one of our palettes, our paints. Yeah, I should mention our paints are dreamy, melodious, warm, ethereal, volatile / cursed question mark, and Rosie. Oh, do we pick one of theirs? We can make our own. I think we can make our own. The Rosie Riot, because I think that's cute. And it works really well. Okay. So we have a band of rebels, the Rosie Riot, which also kind of sound like a punk lesbian band. Hold on. I did not shuffle this well enough. That was another spade. I'm gonna shuffle this again. The second one, as I shuffle this deck poorly, is that was my mental image. I'm glad we're on the same page. Still a spade, so whatever. This one's for Ian. The 4 of spades. It just says, I had a beautiful dream where you were all competent at your fucking jobs. This is for my fiance at his coworkers, probably. Probably many of you at your coworkers. Yeah. Oh, wow, I know. The Effin' Birds, Steven you have a like a lovely like validating deck of cards like that give you nice validating things. Mine's up there because you also gave me a set, so thank you. The Effin' Birds is like the opposite energy of that, where it's just like the New Yorker, like not get fucked. Like the opposite energy. But yeah, so 4 of spades. Oh wait, hold on, let me what did I pull again? 9 of spades. Let me get this on here. Ooh, that's so big. All right. Number 2 was 4 of spades. I like having the visual there because it's easy for me to remember what we did, what we pulled. This is why I use Canva. I didn't know that. There was a wrestler named Ruby Riot and she led a group called the Riot Squad. Hell yeah, let's pretend we intentionally referenced that. Let's pretend I knew anything about wrestling. Okay. 4 of spades. Their tales tell of unifying. Can't spell unifying apparently. Liberation. What did we unify to liberate? Music? Music. I feel like music is maybe, yeah, like other people maybe who could sing and do the healing lasers. Like musicians, singers, maybe. Their tales tell of unifying liberation. Yeah, like music is for anyone, not just for a select few kind of thing. Yes, yes, yes. If the music and magic is fading, I imagine it would start to get like basically legislated more, I guess, like restricted more. So you have that found family sort of element of people who can use the music magic and the singing breath, basically. Yeah. Found how do I want to put this? Gathering any who could use music magic together into a found family. There, we'll use that sort of as a, I guess, a kind of leaning into that found family element. Okay. And number 3, there's more to this. But now the legend has been warped, giving rise to... Ooh, okay. Let's pull another card. 4 of Hearts. Oh, not the tyranny. But this one just says, holy mother of fuck. Just an owl. Maybe the various families are known as chords. Oh, I love that. Into various found families known as chords. I love that a lot. Delightful, delightful. Unfortunately, but now the legend has been warped, giving rise to... I pulled a 4 of Hearts, so tyranny. Yay. Totally not topical at all. Card. Ooh. Hello? No. Sorry, I'm trying to get the card on the... I know what we... Ah, no! There we go. Did I pull a 4 of Hearts and a 4 of Spades? I sure did. That's funny. Symmetry. Okay. Giving rise to tyranny. Ah, I can't spell tyranny right. Some families turn into scheming factions trying to get power. Yeah. Scheming factions trying to get power. With some chords scheming and turning into factions trying to get power. So chords are now no longer necessarily a found family thing, but like a schemy housey thing. You know what I mean? Oh no. Yay. Yay. So yes, that was our legend, was the Rosie Riot. It was supposed to be really cool, gathering all musical found families together into chords, and it has given rise to tyranny. Maybe co-opted. Yeah. I think co-opted as a term by people seeking power and authority. Pretty soon there will be organized chimes. There you go. I'm keeping that, Steven. I'm keeping it. Very, very good. Also, wow, Lex, hi. Long time no see you. Good to see you. Is what late for you? Question mark. Or maybe not, because it's the afternoon for me. It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. We are playing a TTRPG. Hope you're doing good. All right, next phase. A world in a world. It's almost 8 a.m. bright and early. Wow. Oh yeah, me changing my time means you get to watch occasionally at a normal hour that isn't like 4 a.m. But how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Where am I? Here I am. This table is where most of your world building will take place. I feel like our world building has been happening a lot. So I don't know what that means. That means we're gonna do even more world building. Okay. Hold on. Add page. A world. Okay. just add this in there too, because I like how easy bullet pointed it is. Okay. Here you are zooming out, creating foundations and riffing off each other by answering questions within 3 categories: the culture, the land, and the changing magic. So the culture, questions that flesh out the people of this world, how they connect and their societies. And the land, questions that flesh out the physical world, what makes it weird, how it exists, and the people's relationship to it. And the changing magic, questions that flesh out the state of magic in the world, how it was used, and how it's now changing. Okay. So we're going to yet again take turns drawing a card and comparing it to the table, answering the questions under the corresponding section. Each player should answer at least 2 questions or until a total of 6 questions from this table have been answered. Okay. You can continue to draw, but the point of this section is to not answer all of the questions, but to create conversations. So leave gaps to let others fill in later. Before drawing cards as a group, choose one exploratory table which further defines specific aspects of the world to pair with this table. Okay, I think I get it. If a card is drawn and that question has been answered, answer the corresponding question. This is a lot. Okay, hold on. Magic or wildlife or vocations. Okay, I suggest you can pair any exploratory table, but for this table, I suggest either magic or wildlife or vocations. Okay. Okay. I think I get it. Hold on. Wait. But it went on. Okay. Oh, wow. That scared me. Sound. I forgot I had some, like, a neon Medusa in here with words. Hold on. We're going back to the top of this playlist, which is just the same song, but with not words. Just jump scared me. I'm overstimmed this holiday, so I can't stay, but I did want to say hello. All good, Lex. I hope you have a good one. Hope you have a good day. It's always good to see you. Like, hi, bye to you. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where the exploratory tables are. Hold on. I will go back up to the tippy top real quick. Exploratory tables. There we go. Okay, so magic, wildlife. I think wildlife would be kind of fun. Well, with what we've got going on, vocations might be good as well. The only problem with this is the side options are not easy to figure out. Okay, a world. Okay, let's do this table and then we'll pick an exploratory table. So okay, let's pull a card. Is a 2 of spades, and this one says, I am a goddamn delight. I am a goddamn delight. I think I'm doing pretty good. We'll channel that energy. 2 of spades. Sorry, that's clubs. 2 of clubs. 2 of clubs is even. So we're going to the land. So clubs. Okay. What is a common hazard while traveling? And what is the most feared hazard? Okay. That's clubs. It is. Yeah, I totally I didn't read it right at first. It's 2 of clubs. So we went to the land and it was a 2. So we went even. And I think for face that means like a joker, a king, or a queen. Right? Yeah, those are face cards. It's been a minute since I played Balatro. Clubs cards. Sorry, I'm also grabbing the image for this. Jack, queen, king, their faces. Okay. Yeah, we did not pull that. So let's see. What's a common hazard while traveling? Since we're going dreamy, sort of ethereal and volatile, I would say, and we're very music focused. Hold on. Let me go back here. I I think maybe common hazard while traveling would be something like cacophonous, something chaotic and disruptive. Explosive chaos magic maybe? Something that maybe like dulls sound. Like would be my thing. Like an explosion of monotone muted energy. Nightmare of a lost wanderer haunting you on the road. Ooh. Yeah, something that changes or warps sound. The dissonance vortex, a storm of violent sounds that develops when the magic is used incorrectly or for the wrong purpose. I think the dissonance vortex might be good for the most feared hazard. I think that might be go well there. Dissonance vortex, vortex, really? Brain? A vortex even. A storm of, I like wizard styles for the traveling one. Violent, oh my god, I can't spell today. Sounds that develop when the magic is used incorrectly or for the wrong purpose, which is fun because what is the right purpose and what is the wrong purpose? Now we have to establish that slightly, which is good because we're going to go to the exploratory table for magic now that we've answered this. So what is a common hazard while traveling? The nightmare of a lost wanderer haunting you on the road, because I'm gonna mix this one with Sahana's. The volatility of that wanderer changes and warps its surroundings. We're gonna combine those two. Because I think that's cool. Yeah. That does sound scary. Yeah, we've created a scary road hazard. And then also the most feared hazard overall would be like a dissonance vortex where like you use magic wrong. It'll create a big tornado of chaos. It sounds like, which totally won't get misused at all in the slightest. Haha. But yes, now let's go to the magic table. I think that's all we need for this table. Yeah. So we're gonna go back up. Sorry, I have to clicky. Exploratory tables. We're gonna go to the magic table. So fill your world with the complexities of magic, learn how much magic ties into the world at large and what it's capable of, get a deeper understanding of how the changing magic will have lasting consequences. So pulling a card on this one, we can probably pull like 1 or 2 cards on this one. World, and then from magic exploratory table. Might be too much to fit in one page. Let's see. Pull card. 10 of spades. This just says fuck all this, which is a topical. I think perennially ever present topic right there. 10 of spades. Hold on, let me write that down. Spades card. Let me get the visual. Yeah, this is gonna have to. Okay, we will actually just put this on the next page. Add page. Okay, hold on. I must copy paste all my vibes. A world continues. This color gradient is so pleasing. I'm so glad. I wasn't sure. I think it's the exact same color gradient I picked the first time we did any TTRPG stuff, but I have very bright monitors and me do not get along, so I needed to pick a color that wasn't white so I wouldn't get a migraine. So I was like, what's a fun color that everyone else won't be like, hey Val, what, why? So I kind of picked like a soothing blue green. Okay, this is gonna be from the exploratory table and magic. Go off, sweet saxophone. It's very distracting, but kind of fun. Okay. What did I pull? 10 of spades. So the 10. Can you separate magic from religion or cultural identity? No biggie. Not a small question at all. Cool. Great. Also, have a good lyric, Sahana. Thank you for answering stuff. I default to a light green for those moments. I used to confuse my coworkers because they would go into a Google Doc that was green instead of white because I wasn't trying to look at a bright white screen while working on things. Handshakes. Most of my stuff is in dark mode. Like you can even see on the surrounding the screen grabs that I have, like my Canva is dark mode, my PDF, like I use Microsoft Edge to review PDFs. That's in dark mode. I use as much dark mode as possible because my eyeballs don't like. I've looked at too many Google Docs and like Microsoft Word docs in like the brightest, harshest white for so long that my eyeballs now are like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, so can we separate magic from religion or cultural identity? I think no. I feel like if it's part of the magic, like part of the world, probably not. It's kind of a superpower. Like I think it's kind of been equated a little X-Men-y. I do think it's pretty inseparable from their way of life, I'd imagine. They being whoever these people are, musicians. We don't have a name for them yet. No. No. Nailed it. Yeah, can you separate magic from religion or cultural identity? No. Okay, let's pull another card because we can answer multiples in the exploratory table. Which is a 4 of clubs. I'm remembering spades from clubs now, which this is. I don't know what I expected, but it sure as fuck wasn't this shit, which, haha, if that's not the theme for the last few years, decades, I don't know what is. It's so real. Okay, 4 of clubs card. Trying to get this stuff on my Canva. Okay. What does that correlate to? 4. Who? Ooh, my God, these are great. Also, if I ever typo, my hand was not in the right touch typing spot, which is always very funny. This question is, these are not softball questions. Who, if anyone, is not allowed access to magic? Shit. Okay, so we have magic that's like healing song, it's music. So it's music and singing based. So basically, are there people who are not allowed to like sing or play music? Maybe if they're struggling with tyranny, because that's part of our things above, was that that legend has given the legend of the Rosie Riot band, a band of rebels that created sort of found families, has been turned into sort of power scheming attempts at like tyranny and grabbing power. So with that context, I also didn't spell access right. I guess anyone that those in power like don't want to use magic. It would be anyone the ruling class says can't sing, play instruments to access magic. Haha. Yay. Cool. That feels fine. Ah, yay. Okay. So that's our world. It's not the happiest one. Oops daisies. But that's okay. Okay, where I love you spelling those out. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be included for posterity. Ending with the little yeah. Hee hee. Ooh. Alright, I gotta go back up to the table. The table of contents. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull one more card for the world because we haven't really shaped the culture in the changing magic. So let's pull one more card for this. Because I think that's what it says to do. Yeah. You should each player should answer at least 2 questions, or in total of 6 questions from this table have been answered. Okay. So I answered 2 from the exploratory table for magic, and then 1 question from the world table itself. So we need to actually ask a few more. Back to a world table. 1. That is an 8 of clubs, which is even again. We already did this, basically. The what is a common hazard while traveling? We're just gonna go ahead and skip it. This is a 6 of clubs, which is the exact same prompt. I'm so good at this. Okay, here we go. This is a King of Hearts. Makes me think of Kingdom Hearts, which is very funny to me. Okay. I'm just also trying to so that y'all can see this correctly. So it's a face card. King of Hearts. Hearts card. Putting this on the thing so I can see it. Can you please give me the right card, Canva? Holy shit. Why not? Why no? It doesn't comprehend King of Hearts, apparently. That's actually really funny that its search function sucks that bad. Okay. Sure. That's definitely... I'll find a better King of Hearts later. Alright. So it's the changing magic. Hearts, when magic changed, what crumbled first? When magic changed, what crumbled first? So we've established that the magic changed. There's a bit of tyranny going on now, which is not great. Okay. I do like that the can you separate magic from religion or culture identity is just a simple no. That's very good. What crumbled first? Family structure, maybe? Music education? Music education. We probably, if we're trying to control who can sing and who can play music, like instruments, teaching people how to play and sing probably went out the window first. Like only, it's like reading and writing, right? If you want to restrict that to only people who have power, you don't teach people how to read and write. Cool. This is not. Me being like, this is too real. Game. Why are you replicating real life things? I know why, but it's very funny how this works. Okay. Yeah. Music education? Music education. Unless somebody has a better idea. Music, singing, education. And the ability to just casually sing or play music. Like, who gets to do that would drastically reduce. Cool. That's sad. Now I'm getting a bit of Rush 2112 side A vibes. I don't know what that is. Oh wait, Rush, as in like the band Rush. I do know what that is. Ian's gonna like sigh at me so bad. I'm so sorry. Continues even more. Okay. So we need to do a total of 6. We've done 2. Let me gonna grab from here actually. Just easier to copy paste and drag the whole table down. It's the right size. Also, I'm sorry if you're hearing any stomping sounds. Upstairs neighbors are choosing now to be very stompy. Just rude of them. Okay. 6 of spades. The land again. Really wants me to talk about the land. 6 of spades, which is what's that one? What is an important natural landmark and how do we navigate around them? That's a good question. Okay, would it be, doesn't have to be music related. Let's go back to our touchstones. Not a lot of aesthetic stuff. Our touchstones are, again, Bridgerton season 4's dreamy masquerade ball aesthetic, because that's what I've been obsessed with lately, and it asked, what have you been watching lately? Use that. If anyone has any other touchstones, you can freely, that's not really part of how the game works, but if you want to add more, feel free to. The cool powering up of Godzilla's laser breath aesthetically in Godzilla -1, because I thought that was really cool and scary. The Mass Effect Galaxy map theme, like that overall spacey music for the ethereal vibes. And then family found family keeping secrets from each other. And then Dimension 20 Gladlands on emphasis on taking care of each other. So if you have any other touchstones, and then our paints, like our vibes, are dreamy, melodious, which is funny because we did get into song, even though I wasn't thinking of melodious. Warm, ethereal, volatile / cursed, or rosy. So there's a lot of pink and purple and whimsy and also volatility, which definitely tracks. Okay, 6 of spades card. Let me put that down real quick. I don't forget it. All right. Some sort of crystal cave complex. I like that. Crystal cave complex that they use to harvest resonance stones for recording ideas. Ooh. For resonance stones for recording ideas, music, etc. I am all for having a crystal that does magic cool things. Because I love using magic rocks in my stuff. One of my novels straight up just has like, these are not quantum, but like abyssal infused magic rocks from space that can defy the laws of physics, so I can have magic space crystals. Because why not? So I am all for it. Okay. Oh, this is an odd. The next one is an odd, which I really like that. Oh, but how do we navigate around them? Before we get to the next one, how do we navigate around these crystal cave complexes? Navigate around or through them by... How do we travel? What is our mode of transportation in this world? Do we think? Something floaty, dreamy, a little volatile? It could be like things that are levitated by the crystals. So Jen, hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. We are playing a land once magic. I should put this in chat more. Please go check out this delightful world building game. Our touchstones are, because I just think they're kind of funny because they are kind of all over the place. Bridgerton season 4's dreamy masquerade ball aesthetic. The cool powering up of Godzilla's laser breath aesthetically and very specifically in Godzilla -1. That movie is perfect and flawless, by the way. Deeply fucked up and parentheses appreciative. And then Mass Effect Galaxy map theme music specifically for the ethereal vibes. Actually, I should put music for the ethereal vibes. Spy family found family, keeping secrets from each other / in general. And then Dimension 20 Gladlands emphasis on taking care of each other. And then our sort of like palette, the vibes are dreamy, melodious, warm, ethereal, volatile / cursed, and rosy. So we've got a very like pastel color palette that explodes. which I think is kind of fun. Crystals imbued with certain tones. Ooh, that emulate anti-gravity. By objects with crystals on them or like in the crystals. We just move around via giant crystal. I think that would be kind of cool, actually. That's giving very Final Fantasy 14. Love me a giant crystal. Shout out to the aetheryte crystals around the world in Eorzea. Just saying. If you don't play Final Fantasy 14, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I do reference it a lot. Also, why didn't I use that as a touchstone? You know what? It's not too late. Let me... Hold on. I can add the crystals. I don't need to... The crystals in Final Fantasy 14. Oh, wow. I even did that. I didn't abbreviate that. Here we go. Literal touchstone. Yeah, maybe the crystals have to be shaped in a specific way. That would be fun. I'm not sorry. Yes, good. I love Final Fantasy 14 a lot. So let's add that to our touchstone. The literal touch. Yes. I thought the touchstones were supposed to be from things not necessarily fantastical in origin, and there's fantasy in Final Fantasy 14. You know, I would argue that Final Fantasy is not a traditional fantasy. Ah, you're right, though. Okay, fine. You're right. You're not wrong. I'm thinking of like which set. Could I like pick a different non-typical fantasy part of Final Fantasy 14? Because it bends into science fantasy a lot. Maybe? No. Okay. Fine. I'm not trying to be pedantic if I did read the rules. Ian's such a rule follower. I'm paying attention. I'm so proud of you. For those who don't know, Ronan is my fiance. He doesn't really do TTRPGs too much, but I did very gently request that he participate in this one so I didn't feel sad. Okay. The crystals imbued with certain tones. Literal touchstones. Haha. That emulate anti-gravity. Maybe they have to be shaped in a specific way. If it's not Final Fantasy, then it's Metal Gear. You know what? That's a great point. Do you want to add a Metal Gear aesthetic? Like a touchstone? Snake! We can add a Metal Gear. I don't know anything about Metal Gear other than yelling Snake Eater and or Snake, or like the exclamation mark sound. Because every nerd had that as their text tone in the 2010s. That's all you need to know. Perfect. That I'm an expert. But this is really cool. So we have crystal technology. All right. What are we doing next? I have all the recessive genes. That feels kind of real sometimes, honestly. Nano machines. Sorry, I'm just yelling things out loud. All right, I pulled a 3 of spades for the next question, which is the cultures, which we haven't really touched on. So, yes. The cultures. Spades. What recent invention are people adapting to? And then what's the drawback? I mean, okay, this can tie into, hold on, this is not all gonna fit on this page. 1 second. Who we did last time? Oh, hold on. Fucked up. This is already like 8 pages long, by the way. We're doing so good. I'm so happy. Okay. The world continues even more. We're making such an elaborate... I feel like this is a very musical world. Even more. Okay. The culture. What recent invention are people adapting to? What's the drawback? I mean, clearly it would have to be the crystal tech, right? Like we just invented that. Why don't we create a downside? The crystal technology. And then we can add a, what's the drawback? What would the drawback be? Too much discordant sound can create a dissonance vortex, maybe? Like there's some sort of dissonance to using too much of it. Maybe. Or if we mine too greedily and too deep, we summon a Balrog, you know? Like, what's the downside to harvesting these crystals or using too much of them? The crystals contain a fixed amount of unusable or usable crystals currently unknown. Yeah. If crystals vibrate at low frequencies, which make people sick. That's a real thing, by the way, apparently. Like white noise. Too much white noise apparently can fuck with your body. Or, you know. Infrasound, yeah. I do infrasound. Let's just straight up call it that. Nope. Wrong thing. I was trying to make it not bold. Crystals vibrate at low frequencies that make people sick. Probably like when too many are used in one spot. Like infrasound. Yeah. So we learned that the hard way. What was the card I pulled? 3 of spades. It's so funny how sometimes Canva definitely has a picture for this, and then sometimes it definitely does not, and it doesn't like it. Okay. I think we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need at least 1 or 2 more. Let's do 1 more and see how that feels depending on what we pull. 9 of diamonds. What is that? An odd? We've done a lot of land. I think we'll skip this because I want. Okay. No. Wait. I did that wrong. 9 of diamonds is odd, so that's still culture. So just kidding. I want to keep it. More culture. What is diamonds? Is there a common language, and where and how do cultures converse? Okay, just simple little questions. Language is incredibly complicated. Is there a common language? I mean, music. Would music, like certain humming, interpretive dance, that would be kind of fun. It would probably have to be like certain tones, right? Like humming tones, like a greeting tone, certain like universals of like, oh, you're making that sound, that's a hi, or that sound means danger. You know, certain universalities, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. What are we feeling? Interpretive dance will work. Why not? We can be silly with it. Doesn't have to be super serious. It can be very funny. Whatever we want it to be. Where and how do cultures converse? Head nods, head twists, non-verbal language. I like that. Ooh, I wonder if that developed because people aren't allowed to sing or do music anymore. So there's a lot of nonverbal, like sign language, basically, like nonverbal cues. Nonverbal nods, head twists, cues. Certain common non-verbal nods, heads, cues. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then 2. And there's a part 2 to that, which is where and how do cultures converge? The converse or converge? Oh, converse, yeah. So how do they talk to each other? Where and how? In cities? Trading routes? Trying to think of what I would want. I do think cities would exist. But I'm a big person of like, I don't necessarily want ye old villages. The resonance stones. Oh yeah, you could use them. At resonance stone caverns, would people be living in them? Ooh, a thought. What if people live above resonance stone caverns but like have grown, literally grown buildings out of crystal around the caverns? Like a cavern is a central point of a city and all around that is like buildings and stuff literally made out of crystal. I think that's fun. I'm gonna do caverns are central to crystal cities above ground. None of that is in the thing. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna make that smaller. Believe in you. Hold on. We can make that smaller. Move it. There we go. Fit it all on there. Okay. I think this is a pretty good like we've world built quite a bit. We've world built for an hour. I like it. You could have specialized singers who grow. Ooh, yeah. Specialized singers, musicians to grow crystals. Yeah. Structures, which would also be like a pretty powerful occupation to go back to the whole tyranny thing. I did not put any of these cards down. Okay, this is because it's only 2 cards. 9 of diamonds card. Sorry for the keyboard ASMR a little bit. Well, not sorry. I like my mechanical keyboard, but if you don't like keyboard clackies, please forgive me. Yeah. I think these 2 were this card, and then these 2 were this card. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at when we're getting ads again. Looks like in 5 minutes. So why don't, before we get going to the next one, we're only gonna go for about another 30 minutes to an hour. I think we can get through a good amount of it. Hold on, let me looky. Yeah, we need to create a city, which we've already begun to do. So when we get back, we will do a city. Because I didn't even realize that was the next one. Also, DC, welcome on in. Hi, hello, Raiders. If you're new here, my name is Val, or Space Valkyries. I'm a queer variety streamer and science fiction and fantasy writer under the pen name VM Ayala. I'm getting better at remembering to say that. Welcome to my first TTRPG show episode. We are playing A Land Once Magic, wherein me and chat make a world together. So far, it is very music based. We've got a lot of crystals. We've got a lot of pastels. We've got a little tyranny because, you know, it happens. But yeah. Also, Brian, whoa, thank you for that 65-month resub. I appreciate it. But yes, welcome on in. Please make yourselves comfortable. We are going to start building a city. Once I get back from, I have been talking for an hour and need to hydrate a lot. So don't forget to stretch, hydrate, take your meds, all that good stuff. And I'll be right back. Please stick around because we're going to make a whole city. And so far we've created like crystal, fantastic music, magic worlds where there's like healing magic and like crystals that resonate. And it's just very fun. So please stick around to it. Glad to see this too, because I need to get back through my PAX Unplugged solo games. Yes, this definitely was from PAX Unplugged. I did absolutely buy it at PAX. The city is very music based. You're not going to start building the city, and it's not. We did build the city on rock and roll. Hold on, before I BRB, I'm adding that. Thank you. Okay. The ad break is like, hey, and I'm like, I know, but I need a meme. It's very important to meme. Okay. But yes, when we get back, we will make a city, and it will be built on rock and roll, which will have been invented. So stretch, hydrate, take your meds. DC, if you got a raid and run, please feel free to do that. If you've been hanging out with DC for a while, please also stretch, hydrate, take your meds, all the good stuff. Grab a snack. And when we come back, we will continue this for probably another 30 minutes to an hour, and then we will see what we have created together. Maybe your beat. If you came in on that raid, thank you so much for hanging out still. Ira Trout, welcome on in. If you've been sticking around from the raid, thank you so much. I think I just said that. My brain is trying to retain world building. But yes, we've made a world. We've made a culture, we've made some magic, we've made some legends, and now we're gonna make a city. I'm actually kind of excited about this because we kind of already did, or at least the basis of one, where these resonant stone caverns our infrastructure is basically made from crystals that can resonate and harmonize with people who can use basically music magic to grow the crystals into things. So it'll be really curious to see how this city develops or what the city looks like. So if you missed it, we have touchstones and what's called our palette, so our vibes. The paints we're using to sort of create this world are dreamy, melodious, warm, ethereal, volatile / maybe a little bit cursed, and rosy. So we've got a very cute but explosive and chaotic and musical, whimsical sort of color palette going on here. And our touchstones, basically any media that we're really vibing with right now. If you are coming in from the raid or you've been chilling for a while but you want to add a touchstone, it's not too late. We can still add one because I'm pretty chill about that kind of stuff. But yeah, my touchstones were Bridgerton season 4's dreamy masquerade ball aesthetic from the episode 1 masquerade ball specifically, and then the cool powering up of Godzilla's laser breath and Godzilla -1 because it had this really epic blue hue and kind of was intimidating and intense. That turned into music and singing magic, a breath magic. So that was not how I was expecting that to be interpreted for this, but it was kind of fun. And then chat's touchstones were Mass Effect's galaxy map music specifically for the ethereal vibes, Spy and Family, Found Family, keeping secrets from each other / in general, and Dimension 20 Gladland's emphasis on taking care of each other. And that we created this magic that basically is music oriented. And then we created a legend of the band of rebels called the Rosie Riot, and they created found families known as chords, but unfortunately that's been sort of warped and co-opted by people who are trying to basically hoard power for themselves. Stephen made an organized chimes joke, so I noted that. We came up with some hazards. If you use too much magic incorrectly, you can create a dissonance vortex. If you travel, you might run into a nightmare of a lost wanderer haunting you. The volatility of that wanderer changes and warps its surroundings. So you got ghosts in this world. There's literal discord. Yes. we went. I wasn't expecting the music focus on this one, but it worked out really well. You cannot separate magic from religion or cultural identity. It's pretty inherent in the world. A lot of the ruling class is trying to restrict who can sing or play or use this magic, basically. Yeah, what else? Oh, yes. We created basically crystal resonant stone caves that that crystals can be used to create things, because they create, crystals can be imbued with certain tones to create literal anti-grav. It's kind of fun. Yeah. So we've got some crystal technology, but too much crystal can make people sick, which is fun because we've also said that we're making cities out of crystal, so I'm sure that won't be a problem. Also, Amalia, hello, hope you're feeling better. So yes, now we have these cities that are being made around crystal caverns. So now we're going to make a city. That's the story thus far. Create a city in this world. This table defines broad strokes of the city's purpose, how magic is viewed or uniquely shaped, and of a folk legend born here. Use what you've built from the previous tables and hone in on themes, factions, and environments. I'm wibbly, but I'm upright. That's something. I hope it eases up soon. Yeah, take turns drawing one card for each sub-table in the sequence to finish the sentences. After you have finished going down this table, decide as a group whether the city is a city crumbling or a city flourishing and proceed to that respective table. Okay, so I almost tried to scroll in my OBS again. Let's begin. I have drawn a, this effing birds is too vulgar. This I can't share this card with y'all. It's too bad. It's too vulgar. Sometimes effing birds are a little too vulgar. But I do have a card deck that's just effing birds stuff. Do it, coward. Fine. If you can read that, I'm not reading it out loud. I'm not gonna read that out loud. But if you can read that, congratulations. It's gone now. If you didn't read it, don't worry about it. Okay, its influence was... I mean, that's just me. Anyone who... it did give your... Like, I could hear it in your voice. That is true. Its influence was... I pulled a 7 of clubs, so laws, which is a capital of order and rule. Why do I keep getting tyranny? This thing keeps wanting to be too real. 7 spades. 7 of spades card. Hold on, I'm trying to put the graphic up for Canva so I know what the heck I did and why. That is way too big of a card. There. Let's see. Okay. A capital of order and rule. This kind of plays into the tyranny thing. Rule over how music is used. Music and magic are used. So, and you even perform music because magic is music based and singing based, and who can learn to sing. We're going to... Laws are created by a council known as the Voices of Sonority. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Laws are created by a council known as the Voices of Sonority. This starts to kind of feel like academia slightly. Okay. That's one. Let's do another. Its influence, its variant of the magic is... Scrolls up. Its variant of the magic is a 5 of spades. We just keep getting spades. It's spades all the way down. Surely I have pulled every spade card in this deck. I promise you I shuffled this. I even had Ian shuffle it. You can ask him, it's true. Okay, its variant of the magic is secretive. Well, this actually just makes sense, but we've already... do you not dig it? Because it's a spade. See what you did there. Oh, sorry. It's variant of the why can't I spell today? Variant of the magic is secretive, taboo, or heavily controlled. Dangerous to be seen in public. I think we've already created... This really wants us to reinforce that magic is heavily controlled and is like people are power hungry about it. Yeah, the voices of sonority. The voices of sonority rigidly dictate who gets to use magic. And if you don't obey, well, little sob. Well, a little sob in there as a tree. Well, you know, it's fine. Right. Third is an ace of diamonds. Which is an egg that just says, "This sucks and I hate it." That's all it says. Which is true. Okay, wait, hold on. I also forgot to put cards on the Canva again. 5 of spades. And then an ace of diamonds. So it's telling you to suck eggs, apparently. Which is rude. Ace of diamonds card. Okay. Canva, please give this to me. There we go. Good job, Canva. I knew you could do it. All right. Third one, Ace of Diamonds. A local legend is told of a catastrophe titled for its toll or its cause. Okay, so the legend is told of a catastrophe. Okay, well, I think we can say that this city is fucked. Based on the whole, if you have too much crystal in one place resonating too much, you get, oh, almost, that's 12. Good D20 roll. So based on that, I think let's combine two bad things. The dissonance vortex and the if you have too much low emitting frequencies, you know, it causes people to get sick. What if the voices of sonority were too big of jerks and they forgot the meaning of Christmas, aka the meaning of how magic is used, and they use it improperly and create a dissonance vortex that destroys the city. Yay. Whoops. The great dissonance. Wait, no, I'm gonna steal Brian's joke. Well, Discord joke. Discordance. The great discordance. Voices of sonority, misuse magic. The great oof. That's basically the same thing. Misuse magic and create a dissonance vortex that destroys the city. Oof. There, I can add in an oof. The big oofa doofa. Yeah, that didn't go well for them. Well, I think it's great, safe to say that this is a city crumbling. That's maybe the slang term they used to talk about. Yeah, we don't talk about the oof, the big oofa doofa. Okay, well, this is definitely a city crumbling. There's no question. We created a bad thing, but it makes sense given what we created. Like, I don't think there was any other thing, any other result here. A city crumbling. I wish I could do the sweat emoji from my Discord that is just like staring awkwardly, like, because that's really what's happening here. All right, let's delete all that. Okay, this table fleshes out the city you've started, a city you've with a troubled past, but possibly a brighter future. I don't know that that's true. I think this city, well, I mean, maybe now, okay, the city had the great discordance. Maybe now there's a new city rising up from, not the ashes, but like maybe close by. That's like, okay, well, we don't use the crystals and maybe we have a better relationship with magic. Maybe we don't do that again. Maybe we can make this a positive. Determine the history and resonance of your city by answering the questions within 3 categories. The past. Hold on. The past. Trials of the people. And the legends. Influence. I'm just keeping these somewhere. Okay. Okay. So these are, it's just a city, a table. And do that this way. Ooh, that's very big. Hold on. All right. We're gonna copy paste this one more time because it's gonna be its own thing. There we go. All right. Thank you for watching for basically 3 hours. Me just make a PDF basically. Okay, let's draw a card. 2 of Hearts. This one's vulgar, but not too vulgar. It just says someone should shove bees up your ass. Bees. Bees. Which I think would be kind of funny. Okay, 2 of Hearts. So the trials of the people. Bees, exactly. What must one do to keep the city's spotlight? Interesting. Who has it now? City spotlight. I think I'm gonna make it. I know I pulled a 2 of Hearts. But I'm gonna make an executive decision to make it a spades. We're gonna say it was a 2 of spades. We're just gonna say one of the mini spades that I pulled. JK, I'm picking spades just so I know why I changed this. Because I like the spades question for even. I feel like that it's better with our theming. So I'm electing to ignore it. Why is it hard to heal and empower? And who tries anyway? So we have healing magic via song. And I think this one is people try to rebuild and relearn how to sing and how to use resonance crystals in a healthier balance. We're gonna make this slightly more positive than it's been. From the ashes of the great discordance comes maybe people not being as big of assholes. This is a 3 of diamonds, so that's odd path. Okay. That's who used to feel welcome in the city. How did they change it for the better? I think maybe in the past, like the beginning of the city, before the voices of sonority and the tyranny and stuff like that, maybe this could have been an original outpost for the Rosie Riot. So musicians. Unless anyone has a different idea. Take a sip of water. I'll let people marinate. Woof. A lot of talking. I'm actually pretty proud. We're almost done. It's only 2.5 hours. So yeah. Maybe members of the Rosie Riot became the original voices of sonority. Like it was originally supposed to be a good thing. The members of the Rosie Riot became the original voices of sonority. Wasn't co-opted yet. So like all musicians were welcome. And singers were welcome. Yeah, I think that works. I'm almost halfway through this deck of cards. We've answered so many card-related questions. 3 of diamonds. Hold on. We're gonna ignore... Did I spell diamonds wrong? No. Card. I just can't look up Canva stuff, apparently. Okay. There we go. And the city crumbling, I think... How many questions did it say to ask? Okay. What comes past the city flourishing? Okay. Let's just go ahead and pick the legend's influence. We don't even have to pull a card for it because I just want to pick one from each, like one from each, just to have one. We're at 11 pages, by the way. We're elaborate. The city crumbling continues. I love that. Like, unironically, this is so fun for me. I got to world build for 3 hours with people. It's like my favorite. I just get to hang out and have fun. Okay. We're just gonna pick one from the face, the legend's influence. Let's see which one speaks to us the most. Since we have the Rosie Riot being the original voices of sonority, we kind of already have a legend setting here. What detail of the legend story do people ledge onto after magic change? Yeah, I think we'll do that one. What detail of the legend's story do people latch onto after magic change? So I think we'll also kind of do this after the Great Discordance. After Great Discordance, Rosie Riot's original purpose is renewed and restored. Magic and found families. Chords return to being a non-negative. Yeah. I think we'll do it that way. A positive. Why not? Me being like, I don't want it to be all sad. So let's go to, we have one more section, which is a journey in the land. And then a point of view. Oh, that would be fun. So we get to make characters. Okay, we're almost there. So journey in the land. With a clear shape of your world, zoom in further to look at a group. Traveling, this table brings you down to the ground of your world. Take a moment to see what you've created from the perspective of the people. Who are they? What are they doing? And what stories do they tell? So, these people are coming from a city that has been destroyed and is slowly refinding itself. That's sort of the context there. We'll just leave that on its own. Make another page. Nope, wrong thing. So a journey in the land. A journey in the land. I'm also like loving this Final Fantasy X mix that is on this playlist. I keep forgetting is on there. I don't usually get this far into my playlist for the BRB music. Or the starting soon music. Okay. Next table. I pulled a 10 of clubs, which is pilgrimage. Okay. So we just go down the line on these. When traveling with a pilgrimage, I can't spell pilgrimage. I really cannot. Oh my gosh. Oh, cool. Thanks for, like, you spelled it wrong, but I'm not gonna correct it for you. Maybe pilgrimage could be not fleeing, restoring. Like research to restore the city. Like to restore the new city. Unless, again, these give ideas. Completely happy for that. But 10 of clubs card on the thing. Okay, Canva doesn't have a 10 of clubs. That's cool. Thanks, Canva, for nothing. Oh, there it is. No, that's 10 of spades. Oh, okay. I don't know why that one is fundamentally different, but that's all right. Okay. 2 during has a 10 of diamonds. I'm not showing some of these F and birds card because they have ableist language on them, but they are making me laugh. Don't worry. So during 10 of diamonds and unexpected crisis. I mean, the Great Discordance, the city crumbling is pretty unexpected, I guess. What would be an unexpected crisis? It could just be the Great Discordance. It could be something else. What unexpected crisis? It could be even a positive crisis. Too many people coming and doing magic in one spot. Lack of useful crystals. Okay. Lack of useful crystals. Sure. Ran out of coffee. Ran out of coffee. Real tragedy. Too many people. Too many key singers in one spot. Potential for dissonance vortex. We'll do all of this. There's just a couple of unexpected issues, so they're going and having to research how to supply chain issues. Let's put a pin in and circle back. Ian, I was gonna say, can you tell I'm in work hell? Yes. Can I tell you're having to send emails? Yes. I mean, a lack of useful crystals is a supply chain issue, I suppose. Can you raise a ticket on Jira? Oh my god, I think Ian doesn't use Jira. Maybe he does. I don't know what Ian does for a living. We're only like engaged. I don't know shit. Great 10 of diamonds was the card I pulled. It was 2 10s in a row. It was. Oh. Heart of the cards. You're like, Jira. Ew, I know. Okay. A story is being told about. Let's find out. A story is being told about. Ah! I got a joker for real. But I don't think we have any new touchstones. So we will simply. I like that it's a skeleton bird though. We will simply move on from that. Unless someone has a touchstone to add, please feel free to. Yeah, okay. I'm stuck with service now, sadly. That I don't even know what that is. And I'm happy to not know what that is. The story is being told about, and I pulled a king of spades. So traditions. I think we'll do both break and remember their original purpose. So like remembrance and also fuck how it was co-opted. So like taking music back, taking the singing and healing music back, or healing magic back, and also maybe having a better relationship with crystals and like nature. Maybe. King of spades card. Putting that on there. Where's my king of spades? Why is that okay? There we go. He looks so angry. All right. And I think that's all of the questions for this one, which is so good. We have such simple answers. I love that for us. Yeah, so as our characters travel, we're traveling on a pilgrimage to research and restore the new city. We ran out of coffee, there's too many people in one spot, and there's not enough crystals, so we're telling stories of how things used to be, as in like before things were bad and before the like knowledge was forbidden. So sort of a tale of recovery. Maybe that king is angry because his brother got arrested. Oh wait, I mean, get what's coming to you. All I gotta say about that. A point of view. To bring this game to a close, each of you makes a character on this journey, so we'll make at least 2 or 3, listening or telling the story. Consider being a member of the main group, a guest or a stowaway, a child or an elder, someone who hitched a ride to or from the city. Think about every aspect of your world. Draw on the elements that most excited you, something that was deeply fleshed out or something that was only briefly touched on. Look at the various factions, professions, and cultures that exist in your world. Grab that thing that someone else created that inspired you, that you could rant about for hours, or that you'd love to embody as a person. Once you've found it, create the point of view in which you'd want to see it explored. Anyone can begin describing their character to the group. Jump around until everyone has introduced their character. So we don't necessarily have to do this part a ton, but I'll be curious to see if we come up with people. Treat this moment as if it were the prologue to a story you will tell elsewhere, describing your character in as much detail as you'd like and reveling in their secrets, relationships, and character arcs you'd want them to experience. Okay. So there's not a table for that. No. Yeah. So we can just kind of leave that there. I don't think that we need to come up with characters at the moment. And we're at 2.5 hours, so I should probably stop. But like, yeah, I think we came up with a pretty fun world, and we can kind of leave it at the ending of like these characters are trying to restore magic and it's not a negative end. I hope this was interesting. I had a really fun time world building with y'all. Again, this is A Land Once Magic. We honestly didn't get into a lot of the exploratory tables and stuff like that. So there's a lot that we barely scratched the surface of. You can get way more in depth with this. Like we could have probably spent easily another 3 to 5 hours on this. Like a lot of these questions really can like get to the nitty gritty of it. But I think this is a good, like, here's an overview of how this broadly works. And I agree that even our world that we didn't really hone in on a lot of the setting details. We have a lot of very fun crystal pastel magic that's very singing oriented and music oriented. I don't think we created something very Tolkien-esque at all, which is great because that's sort of the point of the game, is you're creating like a post-fantasy, quote unquote, non-Tolkien-esque, non-Gary Gygaxy, like D&D fantasy world. I think we did just create Final Fantasy crystals, which is fine because I think that's really fun. But yes, thank you so much for hanging out with me on my debut of Chaos Cast and Chats. I will put this VOD up on YouTube, so people could take a peek at this whenever. And please go pick up the TTRPG so that you can try this out with a group of friends or do it for yourself for world building. If you're stuck with world building, honestly, this is probably a great place to just ask yourself questions about your own world. Like if you're a sci-fi fantasy writer, you can just take some of these tables and ask yourself the questions to see if it unsticks you. And I think that that's pretty neat in and of itself. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be that. If you're, again, we're gonna put this on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, go bye. Everybody say bye, YouTube.